Hello and welcome back to the series where we try to conquer Pendor in 250 days. So as you can see here, we just finished up a siege at some castle. I actually I can't remember the name of the castle right now because I literally just went in here and then I just let my people do it, you know. I just let my people do it, and they're actually doing a great job. Unfortunately, Julia, yes, she's not going in with her two-handed right there. She was actually shooting with her bow, so I was a bit worried there for a second. Anyway, there you go. That is indeed a victory for us, and we will indeed let him go once again. Even if he has a bad personality, that doesn't really matter. We have to only consider the short term, okay? Everything short term, that's what matters here. So, anyway, we are... I have 5 spaces. Okay, I guess I will take some of these. We'll take some of those. We actually have quite a few really, really good troops here available. It may be a good idea for me to swap out some things if we think they're going to be slightly better. Like, for example, the Jatu Raiders. We could try to swap those out a little bit. For the Mounted Rangers, if we wanted to do that. Maybe for the Dragon Drakes. Yeah, a couple of those for the Dragon Drakes. There we go. I think that sounds like a good idea. And we're going to just move on. There you go. Even though those other things are relatively good too, I think it's probably a good idea just to leave it the way it is. Okay, so we're going to give this to Frederick, as you might expect. And there we have it. Yes, Mowbray Castle. That is where we were. Okay, so basically Marlians, that literally is no longer under siege, which is really weird. I don't know why. I have no idea what actually happened there, but they left it. They left it alone. And I'm going to assume that they're probably going to try... I'm not entirely sure. Should I kill this guy, actually? Should I actually attack him? I mean, it's funny because generally I don't really want to, because I think they're probably more than happy to just be left alone, and I'm more than happy to leave them alone because I don't really want to. I don't really want to fight them, and I'd much rather have our focus be on their castles. I highly doubt that every single one of these castles is a ladder castle. There's only 2 of them left, of course. So it's probably a good idea for me to, let's see now, try to at least take the last ladder castle if there is one, because it might just be that they're both siege towers, you know? And if that's the case, then we're going to have some issues, aren't we? Yeah, we're going to have some big problems. Anyway, let's hope that my crossbowmen are actually going to be able to do a decentish job here. Nice, that was a good hit, surprisingly. And these guys are Knights of the Lion, right? Yeah, Knights of the Lion. Okay. Nice headshot. Come on now. I'm hopeful for a headshot here from one of my crossbowmen. No, apparently not. All right, they were busy. They were busy shooting at someone else, I assume. These guys actually go in with they seem to go in with two-handeds or something like that. Oh, okay, that's kind of interesting. Usually, you're not going to see that. Most of the time, they're probably going to be using a shield, lance, something along those lines. But no, this time around, no, they're actually going in with two-handed. Kind of strange, but I guess that's how it goes. Anyway, let's try to get a couple of kills here. I would like to level up as best as I can. Maybe getting a bunch of kills is definitely gonna make sense here. There we go. Yes, a little bit of extra damage, never hurt anyone. I was able to get some pretty decisive strikes going on here as well, as you could see, getting loads of experience just by running into people with my horse and indeed picking off a couple of injured troops as we go. That does seem to be a pretty good way to get some nice level ups, or at the very least get some nice experience. But of course, now that we've entered the 30 level range, it is going to be a lot slower than it was beforehand. Getting to 30 was not so bad, but after that, it does start to slow down pretty dramatically. Anyway, we're going to let this guy go once again. As we know, we are not going to be, really being super hardcore about, taking them prisoner or anything like that. And, yeah, we'll just leave the remaining prisoners. Okay, so let's actually see here. I'm pretty sure this is a siege tower. I seem to recall... Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it is a siege tower. And Talon Castle, what is Talon Castle like? Let's see. Funnily enough, if we have enough time towards the end of the series, because I'm not entirely sure, I think we're on, what is it now? Day 166, right? It's been a couple of days since that time. No, it is a ladder castle. Wow. Okay, this is actually unheard of. Usually there's a handful of castles, but no, this time around they are going to be left with one, which is pretty crazy. All right. Well, I'm actually not entirely sure what to do right now because the thing is, I don't really want to send my forces to go... actually, wait a minute. I think the best course of action is to put them up here, isn't it? Yes, I seem to recall that. Yes. This is probably good. Because if we put them up here, they're going to have decent range, and they're probably going to be able to shoot most of the enemies on the battlements from this position here. At least that's what we're going to try to do. If we can. That would be pretty wonderful. But yeah, it's not going to take that long to kill these guys, I hope. I mean, it just very much depends on if we still have the accuracy from this range. I'm hopeful that the AI is going to be able to, shall we say, modify their shooting trajectories. Maybe it's not going to really work that well, but we can only hope. Alright, so there it is. That's the victory for us at Talent Castle. I gotta say, it was a little bit frustrating because we didn't really have a really amazing line of sight on the opponent when they were in the battlements. So I basically had to retreat twice over just so that we could get our bolts back, and then I could, you know, go back in and actually start doing damage to the higher tier troops before we went with that final charge. Anyway, gonna let this guy go, Wow, okay, there's a lot of people right here. Okay, I'm actually really surprised that there are so many people here, but we're going to be getting a load of honor as a result of this. And hopefully, we're going to be persuading a couple of people to join us as a result of that. Now, we will be taking the Lancers, of course, and then we'll be moving straight along. I guess I'll just take a couple of Jatu Raiders as well. Why not? Okay, so let's see here. Who do we want to give this to? Lord Frederick, I suppose. There we go. All right, so this is what we're currently looking like right now. Everything's looking really good, actually. Harengoth Castle is the only one. It is a siege tower. I don't really want to attack it, if I'm honest. Do I want to attack it? It's only one left. I don't know. I'm in two minds about it, you see. I'm in two minds about it. The reason why is because it takes a long time, and I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough spare time to finish up the run if I go for this now. Obviously, if you recall the, conquering Calradia in 100 days in the native game, I tried and kind of succeeded in a pseudo fashion, but the question is, am I going to have spare time? You know what? We're going to go for it. Okay, we're going to go for it because there's only one left. If there were a handful left, I'd probably be like, okay, you know what? Nah, we're just going to leave it. We're just going to leave it. But because we are in fact, only having one fief remaining, they might actually all go in there. If they all go in there, by the way, I'm literally leaving it, okay? I'm not going to stick around for that. That's a little bit too much busy work and annoyance for me. So we are literally just going to, let me just see here, just sell that, there we go. I just need to go into the tavern real fast as well, not into the arena, thank you very much. But yes, if they are messing around in there, if they're staying all in the garrison, then they are welcome to do so. Okay, let's actually have a look. Yeah, there's loads. There's loads in there. So we are actually going to go and attack Windholm. We're going to go and attack Windholm right away, right now. We are just going to go straight there. And we're going to attack it, okay? We're going to attack it, and we'll see how that goes. Funnily enough, I don't think, this is actually what's the funny thing right now, I don't think any of the other factions are going to declare war against us anymore. I don't think they are. As the Peasant Revolt Army, as you can see, they're literally running away from us right now. I would be able to defeat these guys, but do I want to? The question is, what does this provide me? What does this get me? Because there isn't any unique spawn in there. If there was a unique spawn, I would be going in here in 2 seconds, but there isn't one. So I don't really see the point. I don't actually remember what it provides you if you defeat this thing. I don't think it's anything. I think what it gives you is the ability to defeat an army that has over 1,000 troops or something like that. I actually can't remember, but there's like an achievement or something like that that you get for it. But do I care about that? I don't know. That's the thing. Not really. I don't really care about that. Not in a super hardcore fashion, at least. Anyway, we are going to go in here. We're going to fight this guy. And we're going to start the... Oh, wow. This guy's actually the Kraken fellow, isn't he? Yes, that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? All right, well, we're doing it. We're doing it. Let's go. Let's go all out here, shall we? Let's go all out. All right, so the enemy is probably going to be holding position. If I know the Fjordsvane, they're not really going to want to charge at us, but if they do charge at us, I will be very, very pleasantly surprised, because that will then mean that I can actually just relax here, and they can just walk into our bolts, and we will have a very nice and pleasant experience. However... no, it actually does seem as though they are. Okay, well, I will just get us to the, get us over here. Let's get them to the front here, and then we'll just put our cavalry out the front there as well. Okay, so this is probably prime area for me to literally just go, hey, do you want to attack me with your thrown weapons? Do you want to get distracted by me? That would be very, very nice. Yeah, I remember this. Yes, I remember fighting the Fjordsvane very vividly now. You know, that first thrown weapon hit was so incredibly nostalgic, because every single time I fight against any faction that has a predilection for thrown weapons, they're always very... Yes. That. They're always very much... on us, aren't they? Yes, they're very good at what they do, and they have just completely and utterly murdered me 6 ways from Sunday. And there we have it, 29, actually, 29 renown and 16 morale. Actually pretty decent, to be honest. I'm kind of surprised that we got such a hefty amount of renown, considering we outnumber this guy basically almost... No, actually it is almost basically 2 to 1. That's pretty crazy. And, ooh, the defeated lord looks at you hatefully. I mean, obviously he does, because we have minus 30 with him, but I am still, yet again, going to be letting him go. That is just fundamental in what we're doing right now. We're just going to be letting most of these guys go. So we're declaring war. Anson leveled up too. Wow, okay, that's really surprising. Okay, so we are otherwise just going to be getting trainer skill to 9, tactics to 9 with Donovan here. Very, very nice. Let's get a couple of Heretic Magni leveled up. One of them, actually, just one of them. And we have this fellow who almost has, yes, almost has 10 in surgery. We will be very, very pleased to finally get that if we can. Yeah, it's going to take a while. It's going to take an absolute massive amount of time for him to level up the last couple of levels that he needs. Anyway, here's Windholm. Let's have a look and see what we got going on here. Oh, only 500, but they do have Storm Sisters. I have to go for it, though. There is nothing I can do. I have no choice. We have to go in. We have to take something. So I'm going to choose we take Windholm first, and we make our way up the coast in this way. Hopefully we'll be okay. Ooh, interesting. Oh, this is a... Oh, this is a fun one, I think. This is a fun one. Alright, yeah, I like this. Actually, wait a minute. Do we want to go into the courtyard? Let me see here for a real quick second. It may actually make more sense. Yes. I think it does make more sense for us to go into the courtyard. And, look at... Oh, this is amazing, actually. This is really, really good. Okay, yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this. I have to be a little bit careful here because, of course, I don't want to get shot in the face once again and then immediately die. And we're going to, let's see if we can actually do this. Wait a minute. Okay, no, we're fine. Kavera is obviously going to get shot and probably killed. She does generally tend to have that happen to her, unfortunately. I can't really do much about that because she doesn't have a shield, and generally she is indeed part of the infantry. But I am going to try and shoot a couple of people here. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, look at that. We actually hit that guy as well, even though he was holding out his shield. That's very good. And all we need to do... This is one of those really, really nice sieges. Because all I need to do is just wait here. I just need to literally stand here. And eventually, we will do enough damage to win. At least, that's what I think. You know, I gotta say, sometimes it is so incredibly impressive to have your forces actually be good. And I know that sounds super, super weird for me to say after so many sieges and so many victories for us, but it's true. You know, because, I mean, just think about, look at what's happening right here. Look at this, look at this. Now, obviously, you'd think I would be like, oh yeah, this is old hat now, right? You know, of course, I should probably be that way now, but whenever you see only your own units getting kills and getting them in quick succession as well, they're on an absolute spree here. They're killing so many things and so fast. Whenever you see that, it never gets old. You know, it never gets old. It is so satisfying when that happens, because the amount of times you don't even know the amount of times I have gone into a siege, and I don't know whether this has been off screen or whether it's been on screen. It doesn't really matter. The fact is, the amount of times I've gone in, 21 renown for us as well, by the way there. So when we go in and we have a situation where I immediately see, oh, you know what? I'm going to lose this. You know, I immediately have that feeling where, oh, yeah, we're probably going to lose this. I'm probably going to have to retreat. That feeling is kind of bad. You know, it's not a good feeling to have. Certainly not a good feeling to have. However, in this situation, I am now thinking to myself, actually, you know what? It's so nice when we actually have these insane amounts of damage coming in from all of our forces, and they're actually doing a good job. You know, it's really, really fun when that happens. Okay. Yes, there we go. I will hire these adventurers. Thank you very much. They are going to be fantastic for us. And, oh yeah, by the way, yes, a bit of a problem. Lord Rain has gotten himself taken prisoner. I know. I don't actually understand how he would have gotten himself taken prisoner, but he has. And that is a very disappointing state of affairs. Because for me personally, I wonder how that even happened. He is actually a pretty... I think he's a pretty fast fellow, isn't he? I think he's a pretty fast guy. Anyway, there is a heretic army here. I am not going to be fighting any heretic armies or anything like that, because there is no point. Unfortunate for me, though, that he is, in fact, they are potentially, yes, they are actually following me right now. Oh, no, wait, maybe not, maybe not. Maybe we can actually get this built before they even notice I'm here. Because I need to take Valenbray. I mean, there's nothing... Oh, they're sallying out! Oh, this is fantastic for me. Okay, okay, come on now, come on. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, this is going to be fantastic. Oh, this is going to be great. I mean, against the Fierdsvain, it's so much nicer as well, you know, than fighting against, you know, someone with archers, because the archers are going to have infinite amounts of ammo in comparison to us. And it's just going to be so nice, because I can literally just do this, you know? We can just go in there and, yeah, sure, okay, fine. They have very high damage thrown weapons. They do have high damage thrown weapons, but they only have a small number of them, you know? They should only have about, you know, 5, 6, maybe even 10 of these thrown weapons, and that's not that big a deal in comparison to a lot of times crossbowmen having 30 bolts. That's a lot of damage coming our way, you know what I mean? So that's generally the reason why I prefer fighting against the Fierdsvain, even if I am, you know, one of those people that gets eliminated extremely, extremely quickly with thrown weapons coming my way into my face. So, you know, that happens. But just look at what's happening here. It's so incredibly nice, because these guys, they're kind of just giving up now, in a way. I mean, you know, they're not really, because they are obviously AI, but they're kind of giving up in a way because they don't have that much to do. Their thrown weapons have been expended, most of them, and they don't have that many ways to really retaliate. And you can see that exactly here. Look at that. Instant kill. Look at that. Instant kill right there. And this guy is... Oh, no, I was gonna shoot him, but the Heretic Magnus took care of it for me. And look at that, we got another 92 renown for us, which is fantastic. So let's go in, and we'll see what we can do. This is an absolutely fantastic siege, by the way. Once again, for some reason, not sure what it is, but the Fyrdsvain have terrible fiefs. They have absolutely terrible fiefs. And the funny thing is, I'm not sure if I would have done that, but if I had known, because I don't remember, of course, I'm not going to remember all of these, you know, all of these sieges individually. I'm not going to remember that. That's just far outside of my mind, you know, when having conquered the map beforehand. I'm not going to remember all this stuff. But the sheer fact that they have very few walls to hide behind makes all the difference. Look at how many kills we have gotten so far. We've gotten 100 kills and we have not sustained any casualties at all. And I actually think we're going to be charging in. I know that sounds like a little bit audacious. I think that probably is a little bit audacious, probably way too brave, way too courageous, way too stupid, but we're going to do it. Anyway, we're going to do it anyway, just because it is fun to do it, okay? It's fun, and that's the reason why I'm doing this. It's not the most effective, it's not the most efficient or anything like that. Technically, I should be retreating and then just, you know, coming back in and, you know, killing another 100. But if you take a look at the unit quality, it may in fact be... Oh, wait a minute. Ah, Knights of the Dawn are here. Ah, yes. We may end up actually having to retreat then. We might have to retreat, because Knights of the Dawn are here, and they are actually kind of good. I mean, you know, they're okay. They're a knighthood order that is somewhat decent, I think. They have pretty decent gear, for the most part, and they have moose helms, which is actually very cool. I like a good moose helm. And we otherwise are gonna... Yes, we're gonna lose quite a few people now. Yeah, so that is what the Fyrdsvain decided to do in this case. They decided to have a pretty significant amount of low-tier troops in the initial wave. So that's the reason. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna just retreat. That's okay. We took 7 casualties, which is absolutely fine. I mean, you know, it's not great to lose anything, but it's nice that we had the ability to see exactly what they had, because otherwise we were going to be going in there blind once again. Let's see if they... Oh, no, they're not going to sally out again. Okay, yeah, I don't blame them, to be honest. I don't blame them for that one bit. Okay, let's just be a little bit careful here. But now this is, again, another one of those cases where we've got a really good bit of information, you know, really nice extra information from going up there ourselves, and we've seen, oh, Knights of the Dawn are here. That means we don't have to worry about it now. You know, we can literally just... Look at this. Look at how many kills we get. So fast as well. Because these guys, they're all light skirmishers. They're all axemen, light infantry, militia, recruits. All these guys are just getting absolutely massacred. Every single Knight of the Dawn, however, they're all being left alone. But that's fine. You know why that's fine? Because as long as we can eliminate every single low-tier troop, the Knights of the Dawn are going to be all by themselves, and there's only going to be like, what, 20 or 30 of them remaining at the end. And even if they don't get eliminated by our wonderful ranged bombardment, that shouldn't be too bad. And there it is. That is the end of the garrison in Valenbray. And yeah, it was literally just me expending the entire complement of bolts and arrows and various other things that our ranged troops and cavalry had, and that's it. And there you go. So we've now taken 2 towns of the Fyrdsvain in quick succession. We did have a little bit of well, I wouldn't say it was super hardcore failure or anything like that in the first siege attempt, because we did manage to eliminate 200 of the enemy, which is significant, because they're not going to be coming back. That's the whole point. They're not going to be coming back at all. So that's really good. 23 renown for us right there, and obviously not really any loot that I really badly want to take. So we have some decent units, potentially. Gonna take some of these. Singalian Temptress, there we go. Maiden Cavalry, I do like them. Yeah, a little bit unfortunate that we can't take anything else here, really. I mean, I guess we could take some of these if we wanted to. Noble Riders, I'm actually not entirely sure. I guess we could take some Reavers. They do become the Stalkers eventually, so I guess that's going to be fine. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to give this to... I'm going to give it to Roland now. I'm going to give it to Roland, I think. I think that sounds like a good idea. And let's just have a quick look here. Alright, let's just get a little bit of extra food. Let's look in the tavern just in case. So Alistair, hello. Yes. Oh, I actually can't take him. Ah, yes, I am. Oh, I'm very annoyed right now. Okay. Yeah, I should have actually realized that I didn't have any space, but there you go. I now do, and we are now going to be getting him in just a second, and he will be our fifth, yes, I think fifth vassal. There we go. Fantastic. All right. So, that is great. Let's take a look at the map. So this is what's currently going on right here. So obviously we've taken these two towns. We just have to take Yaviksholm now, and that's it. That's it for the Fyrdsvane. That was insanely fast, don't you think? I think that was much faster than the other factions. Kind of strange. It's just because these castles, or shall we say these town siege layouts, they're really easy for us to deal with, aren't they? They're really easy. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.